Hello YouTube, this is DrawingKid1313 and welcome to part 2 of my Buildcraft mod spotlight. Like I said in part 1, this is Buildcraft 3.1.5 for Minecraft 1.2.5, just in case you wanted to know that. So, in part 1 I showed you most of the pipes, if not all. I think I showed you all, and I also showed you some of the engines that are available, and how to use them as well. So, this episode we're going to get started off right away, and we're going to start using some of the machines that are included with Buildcraft. Let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so the first thing that we're going to do here is going to be something that helps us whenever we're crafting anything. What we have in our hands here is an automatic crafting table. Let me go ahead and get rid of item IDs, sorry. And if we go ahead and look at the recipe for this, it's just a regular crafting table surrounded by those wooden gears that I showed you in the previous episode. Wooden gears, of course, being crafted with just 4 sticks. Pretty simple. Now, if we go ahead and place this down, and we go into it, it looks just like a normal crafting table. Well, why is it a little bit more expensive? Well, this does something pretty neat. Let's say that we were crafting something. Alrighty, so we are crafting ourselves up some wooden gears. Alright, so we got our wooden gears, and let's say that we wanted to upgrade them to stone. However, we only have, what, 2 pieces of cobblestone. Well, we need 4. Well, usually if you're doing this legitly, you're not going to have any eye here to help you out. What you'll have to do is you'll have to exit out of the crafting table, go somewhere else, get your resources, and then come back. Now, with the normal crafting table, what would happen here is all your items would fall out. But instead, they stay in the place that they are put in. Now, of course, this has another function, and I'm going to show you guys this later. But this is the function that I use it for the most. So keep your ears open for when I mention the automatic crafting table next. But this is one of the functions that it does, and trust me, it does a lot. So let's go ahead and look at something else. Alright, so the first machine that we're going to look at is pretty basic, and it's crafted like this. It's crafted with 1 piece of redstone, 1 iron gear, you guys should know how to make those by now, an iron pickaxe, and then 6 pieces of iron ingots on the side. This gets you a mining well. Let's go ahead and place this thing down over here. Then let's go ahead and get a few of these things right here with some coal, and let's just go ahead and just kind of put some of them like so. Obviously you don't need this much, but I want this to go fairly quick, that way you guys don't have to sit here and stare at it with me. And we're going to go ahead and activate these with levers. Alrighty, so you got 1 lever right there, and we got another lever that I just placed wrong, and that can go right there. And you're going to notice some items spitting out at the top. Well, what's up with that? Well, if we go ahead and put ourselves in creative mode, and we dig down, you'll notice that, well, what it's doing is it's just digging straight down. See? And as it's digging, it gives you the items back. Now, you don't have to have them, go all over the place. You can, of course, use stone transport pipes or other types of pipes, and they'll travel through those into, I don't know, let's say a chest, just like that. So as you can see, the items are being put into the pipes from the mining well, and then from the pipes they're going straight into this chest right here. So that's pretty cool, and yeah, so basically that will go straight down until it hits either lava or bedrock. So let's go ahead and check to see how it's doing so far. It looks like it's almost done. It goes pretty quick, and it's only mining straight down. And as you can see, it hit a piece of bedrock. No, it's not going to mine the bedrock for you. It's just going to stop there. So, of course, what you can do is you can mine it again. If I wasn't in creative mode, and I don't know, use a where's that thing? Diamond pickaxe, and get it back. Just like that, and then you can go ahead and place it down somewhere else and start another mine, or you can make a whole bunch and have a whole bunch of them going at once. So that's pretty cool and allows you to just get some mining done. Now, that's pretty cool, but there's kind of sort of an upgrade to this. And I'm going to show you to you right now. Alright, so the next thing that we're going to look at is called the Quarry. The recipe for this would be some iron gears, 2 gold gears, 2 diamond gears, and I believe I only got 1. Get 1 more, a diamond pickaxe, and a piece of redstone. This gets you a quarry. Now, as you can see, it was a pretty expensive recipe. It required a total of 8 diamonds, a whole bunch of iron, and what was that, 16 pieces of gold. So it's pretty expensive. So it better do something pretty freaking awesome, am I right? So if we go ahead and place it down here, you'll notice that it kind of has this little black and white, or sorry, not black and white, but yellow and black, kind of like a caution line type thing. This is the area that it's going to mine out. If we go ahead and supply this thing with power, like so, let's go ahead and get ourselves some levers. One right there, one right there. Let's go ahead and give ourselves some coal. Put some in there, and put some in there. And if we go ahead and activate these, they're going to start to run, and you're going to notice this little robot type thing going. That's pretty neat. First things first, what he's going to do is he's going to dig out the area that is encompassed in this this black and yellow tape stuff that we have right here. But since we already chose a flat area for this to run, it's not going to have to do that. And of course, these are really slow. If you wanted it to be more efficient, you would go ahead and use combustion engines, which would be a lot better. Trust me. Let's go ahead and see if we can get one more going on here. Alrighty. And then a lever. Where's the lever? Those are stairs. I need a lever. Stack of coal as well. And we're just going to put that in here. And then see if we can get out. Alrighty, so cool. And as you notice, since I applied a little bit more power to it, the beam that's coming off of this little robot thing is now yellow. The color of the beam depends on how much power it is receiving at the moment. So it starts out at red, I believe, and the more power you give it, it'll go all the way up until it gets to blue. So that's pretty cool. And as you can see, it's almost done here, but not quite. Last few, and it's going to slow down and make the suspense grow even larger. And before this thing starts, we're going to go ahead and hook up some of this stuff here into a large chest. Alright, so we're going to go over here, and we're going to notice that, hey, it's digging out a nice little area. That's pretty cool. You can see it, just digging away, doing an awesome job. And it's going to keep doing that. And it's going to mine out this huge area. It's just going to go back and forth, and once it completes a layer, it's going to go down a layer. And again, this thing will go until it either hits lava, or if it hits bedrock. A useful tip, well, let's say you had a bucket of water somewhere here. A useful tip would be to go to the middle of your quarry and just put a water source in there. What this will do is it'll spread throughout your whole quarry and will ensure that if you do happen to hit any lava, the water will turn that lava right into obsidian for you, and then it can mine up the obsidian instead of getting stuck. Because, we want to try and get this to be as automated as possible. We don't really have to want to do much. So that's pretty cool. Of course, this can go a lot faster if you were to have some combustion engines going here. So let me go ahead and set up a system for that. And really quick, while I was setting up that little system, remember how I told you that engines would explode if you let them run a little bit too long? Well, that's what happened right here. I had, 2 combustion engines going on this thing, or maybe 3. And yeah, I was over here and I heard a little boom, and look what happened. By the way, when you do, get rid of these little pipes that we have right here, they don't disappear, so they're still there, and you'll still have to deal with them. Oh well, that's the least of your worries when you're having stuff mine automatically for you. So back to setting up my little system. Alright, so here's a neat little system that I have up, and it's my usual system. As you can see, I have a tank of fuel right here, and when we go ahead and do something like this and pump it out, it's going to go into these engines right here, the combustion engines. When we turn all of them on, it goes in a cool wave pattern, and you can see I'm using conductive pipes right here. to bring that energy that they're producing and put them into my quarry. So as you can see, it's moving a little bit faster now, which is awesome. It'll probably move a little bit faster once these engines speed up. So yeah, of course these will probably explode eventually because I have no water going to them. But you know, oh well. So there's the quarry, and it's pretty cool. Now by default, it marks out a nice 9x9 area for you to go. But you can customize this area. Let me go ahead and turn these off so that there are no explosions. Actually, I'm going to leave them on. That way you can see what an explosion looks like. So now when we go over here, I'm going to show you how to customize the area that your quarry encompasses. So we're going to need a few redstone torches. We're going to need 3 of them. And then we're going to need some lappies. Let's go ahead and try to find that. We're going to have 3 lappies. When we put our redstone torch and a lappies right there, we get landmarks. With these landmarks, we're going to use them to customize how big our quarry is. And we're going to get a redstone torch. Trust me, this will be helpful. Alrighty, so we're going to get ourselves just some stone, and we're going to, I don't know, just make sure that we're above everything else right here. And we're just going to go right there, and we're going to put our landmark right there. That's pretty cool. Now if we go ahead and put a redstone torch next to it, some lines project outwards. And if we could run over here, we can follow this line, and wherever we wish, however big we want our quarry to be, we're going to put down a landmark. As you can see, it stops right here. I believe this is where 64 blocks is, but just in case, I'm going to put it where that thing is. Awesome. Now we're going to run over here, or fly, because running is for losers. And right there is a cactus. And right here, we're going to put another, landmark. Alright, cool. Now what you have to do is you have to right click on the landmark to where you have to right click on the landmark that is connected to all the other landmarks. So you can see that this landmark is kind of in the middle here. There's one over there, but we can't right click on that because the only landmark that is attached to in a like straight line is this one right here. The only one that one is attached to is this one right here. So if we right click on this, we'll see this huge giant red square or rectangle that was produced. Now if we grab ourselves a quarry, I'm not going to craft another one, I'm just going to cheat it in right here. And when we place it down near this one right here, you'll notice that the black and yellow tape is a lot larger right now. And this is the area that it will first build the frame for, or clear out, whatever is necessary. And then it'll go ahead and just mine straight down. So it's pretty awesome. It allows you to have a really big quarry that you can just set up and leave alone for like hundreds of Minecraft days. It'll last for a while, trust me. So pretty cool. That's some automatic digging and whatnot, but how exactly do we get fuel out of here? That's a good question. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. Alright, so remember that mining well that I taught you guys how to craft a little bit ago? Well, if you take your mining well and you put a tank right above it, which is crafted just with some glass, you get this thing called a pump. Now a pump is going to be used to pump out liquids, whether it's oil or water, and it's going to be used to pump those out of the ground. So that's pretty awesome. You could also pump out lava, by the way. So I'm just going to put it right there. And actually that's a bad example. I'm going to go ahead and put it right there and then remove this block. You'll notice soon it's going to recognize that it's above a source of some type of liquid, and this arm is going to extend down. Pretty cool, right? Now if we go ahead and supply it with some power, let's just use redstone engines for now. Just like so. I'm going to put them right there. There we go. And then we give these redstone engines a signal. Just like that. And right there, let's go ahead and give ourselves some torches. Redstone torches, that is. Right there, one right there. And one right there should get everything. These things are going to pump, but we need some type of pipe for these liquids to go through. We're going to use some gold waterproof pipes. We're going to have some tanks on the other end to store all the liquids. So, we have our pipes, and then we have our tanks. If we watch these for a little bit, since we're only using redstone engines, it's going to take a while, you can see that it took away a source block. We now have some flowing oil right here. Awesome. And it's going to continue to pump until all the source blocks have been taken out. So you can see that it now got 2. And it's going to store it into this tank right here. Awesome. And it's going to continue to do this. Cool. I like it. Now, in this little setup that I have over here, I used what's called fuel. This is obtained by refining your fuel, or refining your oil, and you use this one machine and it refines it into fuel. So let's go ahead and check out how to do that. Alright, so in order to refine our oil into fuel, we're going to use this thing called a refinery. Awesome. If we look at the recipe, it's just a simple diamond gear, just one, with some redstone torches and these tanks that I just showed you how to craft a little bit ago. So let's go ahead and give ourselves just one, and we're going to put it down right there. Now we have to get our oil out of our tank. In order to do that, it's pretty simple. We're just going to use some wooden waterproof pipes and so let's use golden waterproof pipes. Put one right there, put one right there, and then we have to take out whatever's in here and put it into another tank where it's going to hold our fuel. Let's see, where are these things? Tanks. Alrighty, cool. Now what we're going to do is let's go ahead and give ourselves a bucket, or just a bucket. We can right click on our tank to get a oil bucket. And if we right click on here, well, first off it's going to put it in there. Hold on, I didn't really want that. So you can put it in there manually, you don't have to use pipes. But if you were to just right click on this without anything else in your hand, it's going to say refinery setup. Well, basically these are your 2 input slots standing for these 2 tanks back here. The one in the middle is going to be your output. If you simply put an oil bucket right there, it automatically detects that you're going to get fuel out of that. Awesome. So if we put it on each side, this will ensure that no fuel will go into here, and we'll just make it easier on us. So that's pretty cool. Now let's go ahead and get some redstone engines, some torches, belt levers. Want levers. There we go. Okay, cool. We're gonna pump some oil into here. I'm gonna let that go for a little bit. Alright, cool. I'm back here. And as you can see, all our oil is gone. It sucked it all up. But good thing I used a whole bunch of buckets to put some extra oil in here. That wasn't all from that one thing. Since this was a 4x4, that includes 16 blocks, so it's only going to get 16 buckets of oil out of that. Since each source block is, a bucket. So pretty cool. Now that our refinery is all full, we're going to need some power in order to, run this thing. So let me go ahead and get myself a combustion engine. Going to put it down. Oops, I missed. Put it down right there, and then we're going to load this so that we get rid of all our items. And we're going to get some, let's just use some fuel buckets because this will run faster and longer. Perfect. Alright. And then we're going to supply this thing with some power. With a lever. There you go. Awesome. And, well, hold on, I didn't really want that to happen. Let's go ahead and activate that again. Alright, so this thing has to cool down before it can activate again. That's one thing about combustion engines. You can see all the way over there in the distance, they're up to the orange stage, so they have about 2 more stages until they explode. Maybe I'll get it on camera, I don't know. We're gonna wait for this one to start running again. I'll be back. Our quarry is doing really well. Look, got some iron. It probably has some all the way over here. Let's go ahead and check. Cool, look, a whole bunch of cobblestone, some sandstone, some sand, and iron ore, and coal. Awesome. these things are still going. Let's go over here and check on how our fuel is going. Alright, so as you can see, our engine started to run again, which is cool. And right now it's not getting too much energy, it's not getting too much power from this combustion engine. Let's go ahead and see if we can kind of boost that up a little bit and give it some more. Just gonna give it some fuel, and then we can go ahead and run this. Alrighty. So you can see these things moving up and down as you supply it with power. Alrighty. Also notice that they kind of change colors as these things pulse. Basically, every time it pulses, it's going to send out a certain amount of power to whatever it's going to. So that's pretty cool. And basically, it starts out at red being the lowest amount of power, almost none, in fact. And then it goes up to this like light blue, and then it'll go eventually all the way up to green, which says that it's running at the max efficiency and, the best. So that's pretty awesome. Also notice that all the fuel that we are producing isn't going in here. Usually it does. I believe since I have these somewhere near this or something, it's being powered, which means that all the fuel is going to go out of this thing and into our tanks right here. So this turns into fuel that we can, scoop up with a bucket and, use, or we can pump this out of somewhere else, and it's not letting me get it because we don't really have enough yet. Then we could pump this out of the fuel out of this tank and put it into our engines, like combustion engines or something, so that we can use that. And fuel, obviously, since we're going through this whole complicated process in order to get it, it's going to be a little bit more valuable than regular oil. It's going to take more oil to produce 1 bucket of fuel, but it'll be worth it because this burns not only better, but it also burns longer. So basically it outputs more energy if you burn this in a combustion engine than you would a regular just, oil. So, pretty cool. Alright, so the last thing I'm going to show you is the main function of these automatic crafting tables over here. Yeah, it's cool how the items never fall out when you put them in there and walk away, but its purpose is much greater than just that. So let's go ahead and get a few. Let's see, they are right there, and we're going to put one down. Next to it, we're going to put a chest right there. Alrighty, and then we're going to put a wooden pipe. Wooden pipe, of course, being used to extract items. We're then going to put another chest, or two, at the end of this line, and we're going to hook it up with the rest of cobblestone pipes, or just regular stone pipes. And then, of course, we're going to use a... let me go ahead and clean this up a little bit. We're going to use a redstone engine and a lever to pump items out of here. And there we go. Alright, so in our chest, first in our crafting table, let's see, what do we want to craft? Let's say that we wanted to craft something simple like TNT. TNT is a vanilla item, but it's crafted with some sand, some gunpowder, and yeah, that's it. So if I get myself some sand, and some gunpowder, and I tell it the recipe of this TNT just by putting it in here. Now I'm not going to take this out, alrighty? Let's say that I wanted it to automatically produce TNT for me. So in order to automatically craft TNT, we're going to get a whole bunch of gunpowder, and we're going to put it into this chest that's right next to the automatic crafting table right here. And then I'm going to get a whole bunch of stacks of sand, put them all in there. Alright, so that's pretty cool. Now if we go ahead and activate our redstone engine, it's going to pump out TNT, of course. But it's going to use the resources out of this chest right here. You can see it decreasing in numbers just like that. Also notice that it still keeps the recipe in here. This way it knows what to do with it. That's pretty awesome, isn't it? So you could have a chest right next to it, and you could have it pumping out items and automatically creating stuff with you. Did you hear that, guys? Our engines just exploded. And it's flying out, it's spitting out items at us. So that's a pretty big explosion. That was like probably 3 engines, maybe only one exploded because they were activated at different times. But notice how this quarry is still running. Why is that? Well, it's because each machine in here, it's kind of weird. Each machine in Buildcraft has its own internal energy storage, I guess you would say. So since this quarry was receiving way more energy than it really needs, 3 combustion engines worth, it built up a nice amount of internal storage. Because of this, the quarry is still going to run, and you can kind of see it slowing down here, and eventually it will stop. So it's not like we found a glitch or anything and it's just going to run continuously. It will stop eventually. But that's pretty funny. That's a reason why you never just let your engines run without cooling them down or something like that. So that's pretty awesome. And obviously I don't really know why you would need this much TNT. Yeah, it is kind of fun, but let me show you a more practical use for this. Alright, so as you can see, I have a little bit of a system right here, and this is a more practical use for these automatic crafting tables that we have. As you can see, the final product that this thing is going to produce is rail, or rails, I guess you would say, or rails. Let's use good grammar. In here, I have some wood, because the recipe for rails calls for 1 piece of stick and iron ingots. Well, we don't want to have sticks in there. We want to, be able to go out, get some wood, put it in here, and be all happy. So this is taught that 1 piece of wood equals 4 wooden planks. If we turn on our engine right here, it's going to do just that. It's going to take out the wood, and it's going to convert it into wooden planks. Now I'm going to activate this, and this is going to say that 2 wooden planks equals 4 sticks. Alrighty, so as soon as 2 pieces of wooden planks go in there, it's going to say that, okay, got 4 sticks. Awesome. Now in here, this is where these sticks are going to be stored. Okay? And here we have a whole bunch of iron, which I don't know, you can go mine, you can get from your quarry, have it automatically, be sorted by a diamond pipe, and put those into furnaces. That would be pretty cool. So in here I have a whole bunch of iron, and I'm just going to pump that out. Alright, and in here it is taught the final recipe that rails are produced from these things right here. So pretty cool, and then we're going to activate this so that it's all ready to pump everything out. Once it gets 6 iron ingots, it's going to be ready. So it has 1, 2, it has 1, 2, come on, 3, 4, 5, and 1 more, or maybe 2 more, 6, or sorry, 5, and then finally 6, and then this thing is going to be pulled out of here. Ready? Bam! Now we have 16 wooden rails, or iron rails, whatever you want to call them, going into our final chest right here. In which case you can take out and build a nice little railway. So there's some more practical use for these automatic crafting tables, and as you can see, the possibilities are literally endless with all these different pipes. But of course I went over those in the last episode. But now that you have the pipes to organize stuff and whatnot, now you have a way to automatically mine your stuff, and then you could use the pipes to automatically organize it. And then, you can, fuel everything with these engines like here. Ooh, look, our engines are about to explode. Do you want to see it explode? I want to see it explode. Let's watch it explode. As you can see, we do have a build-up. And that's because this thing had an internal capacity to store a certain amount of energy that was given to it by this redstone engine. And that's why it was still extracting the fuel. So it will build up in here, and then you could just give it a simple that, and it'll go ahead and pull the fuel out. But I really want to see these explode. And it's times like these where I wish I knew how to time-lapse videos, because that would be pretty fun. Let's see, I'm going to start signing off here. This is the end of the end of part 2. There is going to be a part 3 where I'm going to get to the really advanced stuff that comes with Buildcraft. This is a good part of it, but we can still have a lot more things, to do. So this has been Drawing Kid 1313 on part 2 of my Buildcraft mod spotlight. Like I said, it is Buildcraft version 3.1.5 for Minecraft 1.2.5. I hope you enjoyed this spotlight, and I hope you join us for next time when we take care of part 3 and hopefully finish off this mod. So until then, like I said, Drawing Kid 1313. I'll see you later.